Welcome to the Spring Pre-Test Training for School Test Coordinators. This is a Tolleson Union High School District PD Squared training. This training, in conjunction with the video series for test administrators, complies with the Arizona Department of Education requirements for school test coordinators. However, this support is only a supplement to the Test Administration Directions, Test Coordinator Manual, Test Administration Guidance, and Stanford 10 Directions for Administration. As a school test coordinator, you must be intimately aware of each of the aforementioned resources. This video series for test coordinators is divided into two sections. The first section covers test administration, test security, and communication. Since these three domains are extensively covered in the test administrator video, the topics covered here are specific to your role as the school test coordinator. Material processing is an entire training element because the test administrator training has minimal references to this component of test coordination. During this training, specific terms or phrases are used to represent repeating terms or concepts. The terms are identified and defined as follows. AIMS will be used to generically represent an ADE-sponsored test, such as AIMS Reading, Stanford 10, AIMS Mathematics, etc. When the guidance provided hereafter is specific to a test, then the actual name of the test will be used. Test coordinator will be used to refer to the school test coordinator assigned to a campus. And generally, the test coordinator is the assistant principal for curriculum and instruction. Test administrator will be used to refer to both test administrators and test proctors. The dispatch will be used to refer to the Tolleson Union High School District testing dispatch. And finally, testing guidance will be used to refer to the resources available to test coordinators, such as Test Administration Directions, Test Coordinator Manual, Tolleson Union High School District training resources, etc. This series is supported by a video guide. To help you complete the guide, we have provided a transcript of the video, sequenced the guide to the video, and aligned the training to the Test Administration Directions and the Test Coordinator Manual. Please note the video guide will be submitted as evidence of your completion of the training requirements. The Arizona Department of Education identifies very specific responsibilities for test coordinators. In general, a test coordinator is responsible for ensuring test security, organizing school resources, staff, and students to ensure implementation fidelity, training school staff and/or monitoring training efforts of school staff, communicating with all impacted stakeholders, and managing AIMS logistics. Detailed information regarding test coordinator responsibilities are available in the testing guidance. AIMS tests, including Stanford 10, are untimed. Therefore, times are provided for planning purposes only. Students must be allowed to finish testing even if the scheduled time for the test has elapsed. However, the testing session is limited to the school day as defined by the last opportunity for students to utilize district transportation. The Arizona Department of Education has explicit directions regarding breaks in the Test Administration Directions. In general, the guidance is divided into brief stretch breaks and extended break for AIMS Mathematics. Please follow the directions as specifically stated in the Test Administration Directions. As the test coordinator, you are responsible for ensuring that each test administrator is provided with a testing room roster. This roster must be based on the Arizona Department of Education guidance regarding students who are eligible to test. Specific details regarding tested cohorts are available in the Test Administration Directions. In general, when a student's cohort and grade are not aligned, the student's cohort is used to determine eligibility to participate in AIMS. For AIMS writing, reading, and mathematics, all students corresponding to the sophomore cohort are required to test. A student that is above the sophomore cohort must continue to test until the AIMS graduation requirements are met. Additionally, a student wishing to move from meets to exceeds may continue to retake through their senior year. All students in the sophomore cohort who did not test on AIMS Science as a freshman are required to take the AIMS Science exam. Students in the freshman cohort who are enrolled in a life science course may participate in AIMS Science. Unlike the other AIMS content exams, a student takes AIMS Science only once and does not take the exam beyond his or her sophomore year. In respect to Stanford 10, students in grade 9 or the freshman cohort are expected to take Stanford 10. Finally, AIMS testing must be made available upon request for homeschooled students, students in private schools, and completer students who attended your school but did not receive a diploma. When allowing non-enrolled students to test, be sure that you bubble the appropriate section on the demographic data grid. The Tolleson Union High School District Test Administrator video series provides extensive guidance on test security. For school test coordinators, it's important to note that signed test security agreements must be kept for 6 years, and that all test administrators must be employed by the district. Any breach of testing security must be reported immediately to the district test coordinator. And finally, as it relates to test security, it's important to understand that AIMS must be securely stored. Therefore, as a test coordinator, you must ensure that rooms utilized during testing have secure, locked storage. Additionally, if an emergency event occurs that requires students to exit the testing room, such as a fire drill, the test administrator must maintain possession of the testing materials until the emergency is over or until the documents are appropriately transferred to the test coordinator. If a prolonged emergency occurs, it is advised, if possible, that you retrieve the test materials and inform the district test coordinator of the situation. As you select rooms for use in AIMS testing, it's important to consider the testing environment. The environment may have significant impact upon student performance. Therefore, it's imperative that you conduct a comprehensive review of each testing room prior to the day of testing. The Arizona Department of Education indicates that an appropriate testing environment may help student performance by providing good ventilation, good lighting, and freedom from distractions and interruptions. Additionally, as you conduct an assessment of the room's condition, considerations regarding seating should be examined. Seating should be arranged so that students cannot easily see the answer documents of others, and so that test administrators can walk by each student. Finally, poster-sized versions of AIMS High School Mathematics Reference Sheet and the holistic rubric based on the Sixth Straight's official scoring guide, as downloaded from the Arizona Department of Education website, may remain posted during AIMS testing. All other visual aids displayed in the testing room that could assist students while testing must be removed or covered completely. Another critical component of implementation fidelity is communication. The district provides templates for parent communications in both Spanish and English. Please adhere to the communication timelines contained in the critical dates and consider the processing time if you utilize traditional mail. It's imperative that students and their parents or guardians be notified of the testing dates in advance. Each campus has different protocols for communicating testing details to students. As you encounter various testing situations, you are encouraged to collaborate with your colleagues to identify best communication practices. Finally, communicating with your staff will be an extended responsibility of your role as test coordinator. Your communications should fortify their understanding of testing policy and practice and provide guidance specific to your campus and support effective implementation of AIMS. A resource that provides campus-level guidance to test administrators is the Tolleson Union High School District Testing Dispatch. This quick reference guide should contain instructions for reporting testing violations, processes for admitting students into the testing environment, guidance for resolving student admission when he or she is not listed on the testing room roster, testing logistics including testing dates and standard testing schedules, and directions for supporting students who need extended testing. Please communicate any deviations from testing procedures to the district coordinator. Testing incident forms should be sent to the district test coordinator for review if possible cheating occurred, inappropriate accommodations were used, errors in testing administration occurred, etc. Possession of an electronic device does not necessarily require a testing incident form. This should be handled per school discipline policies. However, do send a testing incident form if there is evidence that the student used an electronic device during AIMS testing. Thank you for participating in this portion of the training. Please continue the workshop by watching the next video. Contact the District Test Coordinator if you have questions, comments, or concerns.